YouTube, what is good? Today we're going to react to Duke Jackson, Shannon Sharpe fired from ESPN. Now, I made a reaction video 3 months ago, reacting to the allegations and everything that went on, and I'm not gonna hold. Apparently, he settled the case for a lump sum amount of money, and honestly, I'm surprised by that. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that outcome. I was expecting a different outcome. But the fact that he paid a certain amount of money to settle the case, it doesn't exactly say he's guilty, but it opens up those questions. Well, if you weren't guilty of those allegations, why did you pay? So I definitely was not expecting that. And I want to thank you guys, the Fly gang. Freaking love y'all, man. Y'all been consistent. Y'all been holding it down. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all, man. Love y'all for real. Also, man, if this is your first time seeing my channel, welcome. You know what I mean? Appreciate you stopping by. Post weekly reactions and daily shorts. So tune into that. And while you are here, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you sub up. Join the journey. We are on the way up. Now let's get into it.
He stepped down from ESPN while that was going on because he thought that he was coming back at the beginning of the preseason for NFL. Well, NFL preseason is beginning to start next week, I think this week, and they just fired him.
Down. Shannon Sharpe had left Fox Sports in 2023. By the time he was leaving the show with him and Skip Bayless, everything was all good. He was joining First Take on ESPN.
I ain't gonna lie though, I'm gonna miss this duo, man. No more Lakers in 5. No more Stephen A and Shannon going back and forth. Dang. I was low-key looking forward to him coming back too. So, sad.
August 2023. And of course, those episodes was hit. But that wasn't the biggest thing coming his way. January 2024, Shannon Sharpe would shock the world.
Facts.
With one of the greatest podcast interviews of all time.
I gonna lie, this is easily top 3, I believe. Top 3, or I don't even know if it's number 1 or not, but I know it's top 3 of podcast interviews of all time. It's crazy.
That Williams episode
had the world on fire.
There, everything started to come into fruition. He was on ESPN, making a lot of money. Nightcap with Chad Ocho.
Nightcap, shout out Nightcap. I'll be tuning in.
Brand deals were coming in. Not to mention, he came up with his own liquor.
Shade by LaPortier.
Shannon Sharpe couldn't be stopped. Money was coming in everywhere. He's making more money in a year than he probably made in his entire NFL career.
Right.
But there was a problem. Shannon Sharpe got a little beside himself. And of course, like most guys, you can think that you're unstoppable. Until he met a 20-year-old by the name of Gabrielle.
I ain't gonna lie, personally, I don't see it at all. I don't know what Shannon saw, but I do not see it. You know what I mean? This is Midwest to me. I don't know what Shannon saw here. I still don't know to this day.
She worked at a gym that he was visiting, and of course, we all know that Shannon loves those white women. And even though she was 20 and he was in his late 50s.
But I ain't gonna lie, Shannon, bro, did he really think this girl was feeling him? Because, bro, she saw the opportunity, fam. She was never in it for whatever else he may have thought, bro. This was a money grab, bro. And she got the bag off, bro.
Stop the clapping from coming on. And clapping is exactly what Shannon Sharpe did. And clapping a lot. And clapping a lot, and clapping a lot, until he got hit with a lawsuit,
bro. She said, "Give me that bag."
A lawsuit, yes, one that was in many cases what he would consider maybe frivolous. I mean, that's how he took it at first, because she went and got with Tony Busby, a famous lawyer.
I go lie, you know what? I just know what he did. He saw this and hopped on it immediately, bro. He just knew, he saw the opportunity.
Tony Busby shook down Deshaun Watson in one.
Yeah, he cooked him, I ain't gonna lie.
Tried it with Jay-Z and lost. But hey, third time's a charm. He had a lot of evidence on Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe was shook. For whatever reason, Gabrielle Zuniga had...
Shannon, was it worth all this, bro? Literally, was this worth all of that, bro? Nah, bro.
Voicemails she had some information on Shannon Sharpe that literally could ruin his career.
You know
and
what?
I want to be honest. Shannon Sharpe
Crazy.
has prior history of women in the past talking about how he was abusive, and this also happened on a previous network that he was on. So he's not squeaky clean in all of this, but he was shook. He turned down the first offer, which was to settle out of court. He wasn't going to go with that. And then they hit him with the $50 million lawsuit. Shannon Sharpe did this.
Jeez.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because
I seen this. Yeah, bro read that teleprompter to perfection. Like, he did not miss or stutter a word.
This is all
he was in it.
Tony Busby,
he was in it.
Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup. Coordinated by
definitely
Gavin,
was.
Also known as Carl.
Yep, it definitely was, and she got that bag out of bro. Shannon, man, the thing about it, bro, Monique and Kat told him don't play in the snow. He ain't listen, bro. He was snow bunny-matized, bro.
Y'all sit your stupid ass down. Who the fuck you?
No, Shannon Sharpe did something that was a buster move. He mentioned Jay-Z, which I thought was weak. Like, bro, like, Jay-Z wasn't in the room with you when you was clapping cheeks.
He's right, you know.
But again, he thought that everything was going to go his way. Yeah, it went his way. It went the other way.
Got him!
Shannon Sharpe made what he thought was the right move. He'll step away from ESPN and handle this, and once this kind of goes away, he'll come back to the network. Sounds smart. You don't bring any drama to your employer while you're dealing with your dirt. Handle your dirt.
But now that you
come back to the network.
paid during this case, bruh, it just makes it look
good.
bad.
But then something happened in the meantime. Shannon Sharpe decided to go ahead and settle. We don't know how much money it was, but people started to believe that he settled for $23 million.
Jeez.
He called black women gold diggers. He told his own children, that he should be the last option that they are able to call whenever they need help. He didn't even want to pay for his own, I believe it was his daughter's wedding.
Dang.
He was a willing participant. He was a willing participant in every single thing that he did, and I don't feel sorry for him. The universe sent him something.
I ain't gonna lie, she cooked with that. That's facts.
And then, of course, you know, the sisters had to come out and say this.
Hey, O'Shea, they right, though. They are right on this. Facts.
See how
100%
when you
right.
go to these white tea women and claim that black women ain't this and black women ain't that, we got too much mouth, we got too much attitude, we all
I go lie. I don't like generalizations because everybody is not the same. Feel me? You know what I mean? Everyone different. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with none of these generalizations about melanated females. You know what I'm saying? Some of the strongest, some of the mentally most focused, some of the most determined is our melanated beauties. Facts. Melanated
Shannon
beauties.
Sharpe
Facts.
said, do you see the outcome? White tea women know how to play the game.
Nah, she
they
right though.
know that you all are desirable.
Finessed him,
you all
bro.
the forbidden fruit.
He
They're
fell
gonna
right
milk
into
that.
it.
They're gonna milk you till it's dry.
Now,
Facts.
if he settled for over $20 million, well, that's crazy because he didn't even make that plan in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then you give that money to a lady who's
Midwest.
20 years old.
Like,
and then she
Midwest
retires
really got
from
the bag, bro.
OnlyFans. But
She
again, the strategy
retired.
that
Yo,
Shannon
she
Sharpe-
what? Wait, did she really retired her OnlyFans? Hold on. Okay, X. Oh my gosh. It literally says, congratulations. Like, you know how much money you gotta drop for a girl to retire her OnlyFans? Bro, okay, look, it says here. The 20-year-old OnlyFans model who filed, oh my gosh, $50 million lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe has announced her retirement? She's just receiving, oh my gosh, yep, it's confirmed. Oh my gosh, he really dropped the bag. Bro, oh my gosh. Bro got scammed. He 100% did, bro. Shannon, they told you, bruh. Bruh, they told you.
Is listen, I know it's a loss, but it's not a problem I can get that money back. That's his mentality, right? It's what he's thinking. It's a strategy thing. Look, give them the money, get back on social media. I can make the money because of a few things. Number one, Club Shay Shay is popping. I got over 4 million subscribers over there. That's nothing, right? I'm gonna make the money back. Two, Chad Ocho Cinco and me got Nightcap. I'm balling over there. Three, I got my liquor popping. All that's good. And I'll be able to recover that money because, again, selling this, all my brands will come back. And obviously, guess what? NFL season is starting back, and I'm going to be able to go back to ESPN, and it's okay. I'll have it all again. Right? Well, Shannon Sharpe officially was fired from ESPN.
Yeah.
And
Shannon
we don't really understand what was the reason that he was fired. Definitely something happened because most articles are saying that he cut ties. Now, why is this important? Now, number one, Shannon Sharpe has his own platforms, right? He got Club Shay Shay. He got, Nightcap. It don't really matter. He don't need ESPN anymore, right? Well, that's where you're wrong. You see, Shannon Sharpe benefited a lot from ESPN. Why? Number one, he got a lot of exposure.
Exposure, 100%.
When you're on a show like First Take, and you're on there with people like Stephen A. Smith, you're in front of the entire world. So by chance, if somebody knew you or didn't know you, but they know that you had a YouTube channel, just being on ESPN alone helps you blow up tremendously.
Facts.
It's the biggest gift that keeps on giving. And Shannon Sharpe is an excellent show host, right? He knows sports.
His thing.
He commentates really, really good on football and even basketball, so he's versatile with both of those things. Great sportscaster, and people tune in to see him, but not only tune in to see him on ESPN, they tune in to see him on his own independent platforms. Number two, Shannon Sharpe gets a stamp of credibility from ESPN. Now, he's on there with a lot of really interesting people, if you want to say Stephen A. Smith and other people there. So he's qualified. He gets a stamp of approval. You played in the NFL, but you're on there with Stephen A. Smith and all these other guys. So you get a stamp of approval, not only from ESPN, but from Disney, who owns it. And we'll get into that. Three, ESPN actually tagged Shannon Sharpe on
they
Twitter,
reposted his
now
stuff,
X,
bro.
on Instagram. So the individual short form content that comes from ESPN, he's getting free promotion, which leads to traffic to his YouTube channels, okay? Not only that, they sometimes take clips from Nightcap, his own personal show with Chad Johnson, and they then repost it. What does that do? It is the best clip farming system on planet Earth to promote your personal shows. Basically, you got the biggest network in sports blowing you up all times of hours of the day, and then also making you more visible than ever before, more visible than you ever were at Fox, all right? That's number one. Number two, look at the brand deal opportunities that come because you're Shannon Sharpe. Now, it's okay that you have Club Shay Shay. That's one thing, right? But because you work for ESPN, which is Disney, you are a person of high regard because Disney has a squeaky clean image. It's important to understand that, right? And if you work for Disney, which is a company that is so respected, it trains other companies how to deal in things like customer service and customer care. It is the gold standard of all companies, Disney. So if you're a person working for Disney, how you carry yourself offline really matters.
Right.
April 2nd, 2021, if you guys forgot, remember what happened with Paul Pierce? Paul Pierce, who was, a commentator at that particular time on ESPN, did something pretty stupid.
I knew he was done as soon as he did this. I knew he was cooked, bro.
With some chicks. He was married at the time. There was strippers. He was drinking, smoking weed, not illegal. This is on his own time, okay? But what ended up happening to Paul Pierce? Fired, right? Now, the reality is that ESPN cannot deal with a particular individual that is like Paul Pierce, and in this case, Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe messed his career up the moment that he agreed to settle that out of court. In the eyes of Disney, that is an admission of guilt.
Right.
And so,
the thing is too, like, y'all remember his incident when he went live on IG Live by accident, and we heard bro getting it in, like, yo, like after that, obviously we know ESPN, they still let him slide. They give say, hey, it's good, it's all right. But then now this, second time around with another incident, stuff like that, this was a completely, different. It's more serious, like the allegation and him like settling. It's like, you know what I mean? We got to let him go. Like, so on their end. So it's like, dang.
See, all right? ESPN talent agreements include strict moral clauses and guidelines around public conduct, okay? Now, even though Shannon Sharpe is not really guilty of public conduct, well, because a lawsuit was there, this is what got Paul Pierce. Basically, what this is you're breaching our guidelines as a person who has a sexual allegation against you. We can't have you working in our business because you make us look bad. And I just want guys to understand that also.
With great power comes great responsibility. When you're in that certain field, you can't move in a wild way.
A good business, you don't really need other people. You need to rethink that.
No,
all right?
You do,
yes,
bro.
you do. Like, I've been on YouTube for 10 years.
Oh, big
I used
10.
to have that mentality. But once you box yourself in like that, it's just so hard to grow, right?
It is.
And if people who have more than you don't like you and you piss them off, literally it's more hard for Shannon Sharpe to grow now than ever before because he doesn't have that stamp of approval. He doesn't have that engine. He doesn't have that.
I definitely see that, but also I don't think it won't affect him as bad because he's so established on Nightcap, on Club Shay Shay. So I don't think it's going to be as bad versus, if he was in a different situation. But I think he's just so established now that it wouldn't have negatively impact him too much.
And the brand deals are just not going to be coming in.
But yeah, in terms of that, okay, yeah, it could affect
because, bro, you got fired from ESPN. This is why you see Paul Pierce doing things like the Truth podcast now instead of being on ESPN. And the reason is, to be honest, he doesn't have that same level of credibility as he had before because the image is now tainted. That's why Paul Pierce don't really care, and he's talking the way he is because Paul Pierce can't really deal with the public like he used to before. Those days are over, and he understands it. So Shannon Sharpe, sorry for you, bro. Should have been clapping too many cheeks.
Nah, Unc should have listened to Kat and Monique. Nah, hey, big shout out to O'Shea Duke, man. Fire vid. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts below in the comments. Like, what y'all think, man? How y'all feeling, man? I ain't gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna miss bro on ESPN. I'm definitely gonna miss when him and Stephen A be going at it, and cause it'd be so entertaining, you know what I mean? But I think he still will be fine because he's established in other areas, and so it's just like, you know what I mean? So it's definitely gonna take a temporary hit, but he could bounce back for sure. But appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We on the road to 100, and until the next reaction, we out there. Peace.